Alright, I'm going to kind of introduce this video. This is best interviews ever, Johnny Carson, Dean Martin, and others. This guy you see here is George Goebel. This was my dad's flight instructor, and my dad spent 12 years in the Army Air Corps / Air Force. He got out in 54 and joined in 42. Lake Charles, Louisiana is where my dad went to get his flight wings, and this was his flight instructor. And my dad had a lot of not really nice words to say about this guy. So did a lot of other GIs. Not a lot to say about this character. He was not liked by a lot of GIs. And just to kind of give you a little insight on what's going to happen here is I think Dean Martin and Bob Hope got word of this. My dad used to go to a restaurant down in Manhattan Beach where Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra used to show up. It was called Los Cocos. And so anyway, Dean Martin and Bob Hope and I think Johnny Carson knows about his past in the military. And if you watch Dean Martin flicking his ashes on George Goebel in his drink, and it's never seen an interview like it, so let's get on with it and let's check this out. Before we get started, I think they call it PTS now. Back guys getting out of World War II. That wasn't diagnosed, and that's my dad there. It's probably not a good. Anyway, he's got that distant stare. And that's me. This was taken in 1969, Christmas Day. But he's got that kind of blank stare on his face. What was the cure then? This is 1970, Christmas Day. It's not focusing in. Let's see if I can get it. Well, anyway, alcoholism. I was 16 then, which made my dad 46. He's pretty looped in this picture. So let's get on with this, because this is pretty interesting. Dean Martin and George Goebel have been drinking. Bob Hope's had a few sips out of Dean Martin's drink.
That's okay. Johnny, I want to say something. I'm very glad to be here. And I'm going to tell you, without me, your show tonight would have been nothing. This is a pretty fast lead.
Oh, this is the 8 troops around here.
And I'm glad you saved me. Now, because, when you come on last, did you ever get the feeling, that the world was a tuxedo and you were a pair of brown shoes?
What did I say, huh?
And I have a feeling it's going to get worse before you
Know where to go, but...
Because I go out, I'd be home early. And in good shape.
You're in good shape right now, I think.
That's about the best I ever felt in my whole life. Just waiting for you to get off. I had the yips and the jingles and the whips and the clanks, everything, because you guys, I don't mind somebody getting a few laughs, but this is ridiculous. I mean, when you're waiting in the back.
Hit you.
What?
After the last I heard he got, I started drinking.
say one thing. I started even before he got the laugh. I figure you ought to get a good early start.
You have one or two, George, before you perform? Just to kind of settle in there?
Notice the flicking of the ashes on George Goebel.
Is the Pope a Catholic?
Eventually it's going to end up in his drink.
You gotta have sight sets too when you're down here.
Well, honestly, you know, I just, no, I get so jumped up like this because this has happened to me before. One time in the desert, they had a big show, and this fellow said, "George, we need you right now. We really do. You better get down here, Georgie."
I'm not going to say all the
I just
words
come
that
down
my
the
dad said
And he
about
said,
this
"Oh, we're gonna
guy.
have a show," and it turned out just like
I
this.
will say
I got
one.
down there, Bob
My dad
Hope,
called him
Phil
gutless.
Steely Smith, Ray Bolger.
Captain George Goebel.
I guess, I don't know why, but I guess it's because everybody else squeaks and they figure I won't complain too much. So in the meantime, I'm sitting back there and waiting to go on, and I think I'll have one just to steady myself, you know. And I do, because, no, let's face it, you asked me if I do have I have a drink or two on occasion, you know, like if the sun goes down, and,
Volkswagen drives by?
then I fired up pretty good. No, but I'll tell you one thing. I have never been known to touch a drop during a total eclipse. Which is more than I can say for my friends.
Right. George and I, we drink moderately, and I got a case of it in the back of my car.
All right, he's up. And we're going to get right back to the edge of your car. Right now, you can bet
your sweet face.
I just had to think about that a little
Yes,
bit. You know,
take your time.
Comes in a little bit late, you know. Like he says, he misses his show. You know, I've got a television set at home that I built myself. And I missed, I don't miss any shows, but I mean, like sometimes we don't get the 9 o'clock programs till after midnight. You know? That's what I built it myself. Now, I forgot where I was.
Would you like us to roll an army count out? Get George Knapp
All right,
sometime.
okay, I'll lie out.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Here goes some commercials. What is this? I should know.
This is, no, this has nothing to do with the commercial.
Oh.
This is the American Fighter Pilots Association. Really, it is. That's right. Scout Feather. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I didn't come out here to tell you a lot of big lies, you know, because...
You mean you fight pilots?
No. You know, the same thing happens. Every time I get on your show, the same thing happens. We get to goofing around, and you say something that you're not supposed to say, and you make it dirty. Well, I don't really make it dirty.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did the warm-up here tonight.
But it's a funny thing, you know, that I would have 5 dogs, because actually I never got along too good with dogs. Really.
No,
Never. I mean, I had trouble with dogs. I used to get bit by dogs like other people get bit by mosquitoes.
The dogs are like you.
Never. When I was a kid, they did. You know, once I got bit by an old dog. He didn't even have any teeth. he died shortly after.
Just got over drums a little bit.
Well, it was a question of biting off a little more than he could chew.
He went peacefully, I suppose.
Then I got my first dog. You know, my dad bought me my first, or he didn't buy him, actually. He got it from the dog pound. And it was a real nice little dog. He figured if I'm going to get bit, I ought to get bit by somebody I know. So he got me this dog, and it was a little bitty, when I got him, it was a little bitty. And then he started to, actually turned out to be a Shetland pony.
Gave no hint until he's
No, but you can never convince my dad, you know. No, he said, any dog you get from the dog pound is a dog. It's not a Shetland pony. We used to put him on, you know. We used to say, hey, Dad, look at over there, galloping across the meadow, munching the mountain. My dad said, yeah, he sure is a crazy dog. That's what it goes. God bless you, brother. Look at old Rover or munching on the apple.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, yes. I asked you about this before, and I think they thought you were making a joke, the fighter pilot. You were a pilot, right?
Oh yes, I was a pilot during the war. You remember the war? It was in all the papers.
I read it.
Oh, I told you about that the last time I was on your show. You know, I fought the whole war in Oklahoma. And,
Is that what you said?
I don't know why people laugh when I say that, you know, because that's evidently where they needed me or they wouldn't have sent me. No, go ahead and laugh. I don't care. You know, but if you remember, you think back. No, first of all, I was an instructor. I was in B-26, 89 first in Altus, Oklahoma, and then B-26s at Frederick, Oklahoma, and I was an instructor there. And if you think back, and I'm not mad at anybody or anything, but just remember, there was not one Japanese aircraft got past Tulsa. We didn't even have guns on our airplane.
And that record still stands, I understand. Yeah, this day.
I think I would check the paper.
Well.
We're working on that.
Yeah, Dean Martin knows him.
Oh, yeah. I was.
What commercial were you shooting the commercial today?
Yeah, you don't believe it.
That's right. But I refuse to say. Exactly what time did I lose control of the show? I'm going to bring out the other two people. I didn't know there are other people.
And more people coming?
More people are coming out of here.
Wonderful. And who are they, John? Oh, John.
Carol Wayne and then Bob White. So we'll just get them out of here.
Anyway, years later, my dad ends up going to AA, and guess who's there? George Goebel. That was 1984, and my dad couldn't believe it. But that's the end of this video. We'll end it like that. There's more to say, but just don't want to do it.